Hello, 8th grade. We've been looking at exponents lately in math. So today we're going to look at numbers raised to the 0th power. So what happens when a number has a 0 exponent? Okay, so let me move my bubble so you can see the whole screen. Okay, so we have 3 to the 0 power. And then what if we say 3 to the nth power times 3 to the 0 power? We know we can add those exponents, which means that 3 to the 0 power cannot equal 0, because then that would mean that this also equals 0. So what happens when you have a 0 exponent? Any number raised to the 0 power is 1. So up here we have 3 to the 0, that's going to be 1. So what really this is looking like is 3 to the nth times 1. Okay, which is shown down here. It really just equals 3 to the n. So first, we're going to look at some expanded form using exponential notation also. So we have four numbers, 8,000 within 8,374. So we know that each one of those is going to be written by itself, and we can break it down into each number then being multiplied by 10 to the nth, because it'll be 10 to the power of something, but we don't know what that something is yet. Okay, so we know that 4 is in the ones place, so 4 doesn't need to move. So what we're going to do is 4 is going to be to the 0 power. So we're going to have 4 times 10 to the 0 power. And then 7 is in the tens place, so it needs 0 behind it really if we'd have 70. Because remember, we can look at the numbers as 8,000 plus 300 plus 70 plus 4. So 7 times 10 to the first power, because we just need 7 times 10 to get to 70. So we're really looking at finding what gets me to 300 if I'm taking 3 times 10 to the something. Well, we have two zeros, so 10 times what gets you to 100? 10 times 10, so that's 2, 10 to the second. We're 3 times 10 to the second. And then what do you think this one's going to be? 8 times 10 to the third, which we can kind of just go over here. 4 is in the ones place, so it doesn't need to move. It's going to be to the 0. 7 is in the tens, so it's 1. 3 is in the second, or hundreds, so it's going to get 2. And then 8 in the thousands to the power of 3. Okay, what about this one? We can write this out in expanded form, which would look like what? Well, we know that 4 times to the 0 power is just 1. And then we have 4 times itself 4 times. So what does it look like? 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, and then times 1. Can we solve that? Of course we can. 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64, times 4 is 256, times that 1 just for sake of showing it. So we get 256. Okay, go ahead and work through these problems on your own. So the first one, you're going to write the number in expanded form using exponential notation. And the second one, you're going to write it out in expanded form. And then solve the answer. Okay, so pause when you're ready, hit play, and then you can look at the answers. All right, so for the first one, we can break it down again into 6,900,000, 80,000, 5,000. There's nothing there, but we're writing it as a placeholder, 60, and then 2. So what does that mean? We have 6 times 10 to the 7th, because that's how many places it's in, 9 times 10 to the 6th, 8 times 10 to the 5th, 5 times 10 to the 4th, 0 times 10 to the 3rd, which is just going to be 0, 6 times 10 to the 1st, and 2 times 10 to the 0 power. Remember, that's just 1, so 2 times 1 is 2. And we have this 0 here to hold that place. Okay, what about the next one? So if we break it out, we have 10 times 10 times 10, then times 1, and we get 1,000 as our answer. So your assignment is going to be answering 5 questions on Edmodo about this lesson, and there will be a little bit of review just from the last lessons also. As always, if you have questions, let me know. I'm here to help, but it shouldn't take you too long. And have a great Wednesday.